also a time where we read viewer mail. Oftentimes I'm going straight to the post office, talking to the Postmaster General. Not today. I looked on the old internet and found a real comment, Brew, that I think would warm your heart.
Real?
Mm-hmm.
They're all real, bro.
Believe it or not, I talked to Ramsey, and this gentleman is making his second appearance on the Bud list.
Really?
Yeah.
That makes it seem like we don't have a lot of comments.
Right, we get a ton of comments.
I don't
Or just he's got hits.
Okay.
Buff Librarian. Do you remember the Buff Librarian?
I do, of course.
The Buff Librarian? I don't remember.
Yeah, he works in the library.
That's a cool name.
He works out.
Yeah, that's a cool name.
Here was his quote, Brew. You're inspiring people. I'm putting you, reading this now, on the Bud list. Whatever you're setting out to achieve, go get it done. I believe in you. It had 300 thumbs ups. But you know the internet can be a nasty place. Not everyone liked it. Got the first comment, I don't like this.
They love it.
He loved it. So I do, yeah. The Bud list really out here inspiring the audience as well, bro.
If I may say also, that is the exact mentality and personality I want my librarian to have. Buff or not. That is that.
I believe in you.
Yeah. Whatever you're trying to do today,
yes.
I believe in you. Go do it.
Yes.
You know
Also
what I
a
mean?
spotter
Let me help
at-
you with this card catalog.
Spotter at the gym. You ever go to the gym?
Maybe he's both. He's buff.
Yeah, he's very
Maybe
buff.
a side job. I don't know how much librarian pays. Maybe he's paying.
You've been at the gym bench pressing and somebody just, random person comes up and spots you. You like that?
No, no, I think that's a foul. You can ask someone.
Yeah, but you don't want somebody just rolling up.
No,
like,
you can't do the roll up on somebody. Have I ever?
What happened to you a few months ago at the gym when the bar gets you and you're there?
Did that happen to you?
No, of course not.
Was I supposed to talk about it?
No, that hasn't happened to me since I was a little
You
kid.
had a lot of heat up there.
No.
You had a lot of weight.
I would always ask someone, safety first. But I don't need that. Fine, maybe I don't push myself. All right, time for the Bud list.
All right, here we go. Justin Herbert at number 3.
Oh, that's a
Well,
good.
yeah,
Justin-
your guy. Bruce guy.
Well, everybody loves you. Everybody loves Justin. All right, that's really what is happening. The players put out their little top 100.
Everybody loves Raymond.
They put out their little player rankings, and they're going to name you a top 10 quarterback.
Obviously.
Right?
Yeah.
Jeremy Fowler talked to coaches and executives, talent evaluators around the league. They had you as a top 7 quarterback, 7th best to be exact. Last year, Nick, he even got a lone MVP vote, despite a mediocre season statistics.
Not like showing up on someone's ballot. He got a first place
legitimate vote. All right?
There's only 50 of them. He got one of them.
Yeah, he
And
lost.
this is all despite the fact that you have been an abysmal playoff quarterback. I mean, I'm not going to sugarcoat it. It's been rough, all right? You're 0-3 in the postseason. Not all your fault, but 2 touchdowns, 4 interceptions, 64 passer rating. But still, people love you. And I got to admit, as these two can attest, I'm in that group.
Yeah.
I like you a lot. And I am expecting magic this season. All right? Maybe I think too highly of Mike McDaniel. I don't know. But I'm expecting him to work magic with you, Justin. But here's the thing. If he doesn't, if you don't return to the form you showed your first 3 years in the league, because Nick, first 3 years in the league, Justin Herbert was fantastic.
He's not in the playoffs, yeah.
Last 3 years, these past 3 years, you have not been there. You've been okay. And then you've been terrible in the postseason. So I'm expecting, the pressure is on. This is why you're on the Bud list, because I'm expecting you to have a great year, and you better have a great year. Justin Herbert, I believe in you.
All this Mike McDaniel belief is a not so subtle Tua diss.
I totally agree.
Tua had a great year.
But that's the point. You
Great
think
year.
Mike McDaniel is a miracle worker based on the fact that, like, look at what Tua did with it. It's just,
I mean, they scored 70.
yeah.
70.
They did.
All right, anyway, Aaron Donald, number 2.
Wow.
It's tough, and I hope this isn't taken the wrong way. It's tough when you retire prematurely.
Interesting.
And Aaron Donald retired at just 32 years old. Had only played 10 seasons. So he had, it's possible the body just needed a rest, but he probably could have kept playing. And so now he's got this tough decision to make. He still was a first-team All-Pro when he retired.
These highlights are insane.
That year. Yeah. And so now he's got this tough decision to make because he did walk away early, and he still obviously has that football bug, that itch that wants to be scratched. And so it's a tough decision because, Aaron, I imagine you want to come back playing at a certain level. Like Nick's talking about these highlights. That's what you want to do. You don't, look, if you're not first team All-Pro caliber, nobody's going to, say anything about that. That's not really expected. But you definitely want to be starting caliber.
Oh, yeah.
You want to be still very good and disruptive on that front line. So I like the way you're approaching this. You guys know he's at their facility. He's got pads on. He's going.
I'm out. I didn't hear that.
Yeah.
He's got pads on?
He's at the facility. He's been in pads and going through drills, not with players like hitting, but he's going through conditioning. He's going through other types of drills with the pads on to see where he's at.
At some point, that becomes a salary cap circumvention. He's not on the roster. You're only allowed 90 guys.
Maybe they're his own pads. I don't know, but he
can just show up.
That Schefter, the report, he goes there, he's in his pads, and he's just going through the workouts to see where he's at and how he feels, which I like. I think that's the right approach.
This is fascinating. I didn't know he had pads on.
Yeah. Schefter reported it, like I said. Anyway, here's my 2 cents, Aaron. If you do come back, I don't know how y'all feel about this. Come back for training camp. Come back for the whole season. I'm not into the half season, quarter season, showing up in December. Let me play 3 regular season games and then the playoffs. It's not technically, I guess, cheat. I just don't like it. It feels like cheating to me. Like if you're legitimately hurt, that's one thing. But if you sit out most of the season and then come back at a certain point, play a few games, and now you're in the playoffs.
So, if you want to see a guy perform, you want to see the full season.
I just think.
I'm asking you to clarify. I'm asking you to clarify, not just like.
That's a different segment.
Go ahead, bro.
So, Aaron, I believe in you, and whatever you do, I'll support. But I think you should come back for the whole season, if indeed you are coming back. At number 1. Speaking of comebacks, returns, LeBron James. All right, LeBron, you have a tough decision to make as well. No pun intended. No pun intended. Now, LeBron, you have obviously had a spectacular career. But you know what else, Nick, and I know you agree with this. LeBron you have managed your career. It's been spotless practice. I know he's polarizing and some people don't like him and all that, but he really has just managed his career. It's been pretty much pristine. People cannot like him if they want, but I'm just saying, every place you've gone, you've delivered a championship for every franchise you play for. Obviously, you have a lot of individual records. You set up some of your childhood, high school friends from Akron to be their business moguls themselves now, some of them. You've set all that up. You started school. You're a family man. Your family's doing well. Obviously, your son's in the NBA. No scandals, any of that. So you want this last chapter to match your career and be fitting for your career. And so it's a tough decision to make. You want your swan song to be up to par. So I say a few things keep in mind. Obviously, your family is going to be a big part of this decision. And here's the question. Winning a title or having fun, and I don't mean that in a flippant way, but having a really last year, 2, 3, whatever it is, enjoying them. Because the thing is, even despite your incredibly long career, when you retire, LeBron, I mean, you might challenge this, but you'll still be a young man. You will still, at 45, you still will be young. So you do want to get every last ounce out of this career in these last couple of years or year, whatever it is going to be. And so I think you just have to, do I really want to just try to win this championship? Or do I want to just be in a situation where I can just enjoy my last hurrah? And so that's what you got to think of. My suggestion
Hope you told the producer.
is that you go back, and my desire, my hope is that you go back to our home area. Cleveland. That's right. But wherever you go, I'll support you. I believe in you, LeBron.
Let's see, Kate.
Good, it's going to work. The batteries are in.
Oh, that's a shame.
Time now for
I don't know why the button doesn't
Sports
like it.
Media Ombudsman.
Thank you, KW. I've had some pretty impactful and positive sports media ombudsmen over the course of the World Cup.
Yeah.
This one, not so positive, but hopefully impactful. And it might ruffle some feathers.
Oh, my.
The NBA media needs to turn up the heat a bit on Adam Silver.
Ooh.
Adam Silver started his tenure, and his original, not only claim to fame, but moment that still stands out is months after he took over, you had an awful scandal involving Donald Sterling. And Adam Silver, despite the fact that he's a lawyer, took quick, decisive action and was almost universally applauded for it. And it said, lawsuits be damned, this guy's got to get out of the league, and I'll take the bullets if I need to. And he really set, I think, the tenor for his commissionership. I fear, because while I don't know Adam, I know enough people that do know Adam, and he's universally held in high regard, universally respected, that he has lost that path a tiny bit. In two separate things, but both of which, in a weird way, he could have learned from his own lessons from Sterling. The first one is, who's Kawhi play for? Is he suspended? Is his contract valid? Can the Raptors actually field a team this year? Where's Brandon Ingram supposed to live? Does Grady Dick need a work visa or not? We don't know any of these things because we are waiting on Wachtel and whomever that law firm is to come with their reading, and then there's going to be another reading of that, and then there's going to be an appeal, and then it's going to go to an arbitrator when, listen, I've read the relevant portions of the collective bargaining agreement. You have pretty wide-ranging powers to be like, you know what, more probable than not this happened. Here's my ruling on it. I understand not wanting to be rash. I understand not wanting to be flippant about it, but this has gone on too long, and at some point, it's up to Adam Silver to put an end to it. He has the authority to do it. So that's the decisive action. The other thing that seems to be happening is we might have let a fox into the hen house when it comes to the 30 owners in Tom Dundon in Portland. Now, early on, the story was, guy seems cheap.
Yeah.
There's nicer ways to say it, but guy seems cheap. Doesn't want to pay for late checkout for the assistant coaches, doesn't want to travel the G Leaguers, whatever it is. Some people you can make the argument, corporate bloat, he's cutting down. But then you hear more stories. It's like, well, they won a championship his way in Carolina. Yeah, and then of the 55 spots on the Stanley Cup, he put him and his family and his kids on 8 of them. That wasn't great. Then you all of a sudden hear, Story Brew wanted us to do a emergency episode of
Wildes overruled.
hires a new head coach, non-guaranteed contract. Well, that's not a great precedent. Yesterday, what might be the most popular League Pass broadcast crew, Kevin Calabro and crew, they're gone. If Calabro said, and I don't want to misquote, but I think he said it was essentially, I'll paraphrase, an insulting offer to bring him back. Okay, so the guy's not spending a bunch of money. He bought the team, so be it. I guess he can decide how he wants to spend the money. But now, are we holding Portland hostage? Are we going to maybe move a team? Not because, like Oklahoma City, I didn't like when they moved the Sonics,
Right.
but at least it was businessmen from Oklahoma City bought the team to move the team there to their hometown. I didn't like it, but you kind of knew what was happening when it was happening. This guy's from Dallas. He's not moving team to Dallas. He doesn't have it. There's not a specific place he wants to move team. People talking about him moving team to my hometown, Kansas City. In theory, I'd like that, but it's not fair to Portland. It's just a negotiating ploy to try to get the city of Portland to pay for the stadium. I don't like that one bit. Pacific Northwest already doesn't have a team. And if Seattle lost a team, you lose that team. To which I say, man, oh man, it is ultimately on a lot of people, more than one person wanted to buy the Blazers, or more than one bid. At the moment, it would appear one of the bigger, if not the biggest misstep of Adam Silver's tenure is letting this guy own a team. And I don't know how much he can put his finger on the scale, but he needs to put his finger on the scale to make sure the Portland Trail Blazers stay in Portland. It's the only pro sports team in that city. It is a diehard fan base. They've won a championship. They have a real history. And so I think everybody likes Adam Silver. And because of that, I think he is getting a touch too much of a free pass on what have been, I think, the two biggest potential demerits on his resume are happening right now in front of us.
No, I do know Adam. He is a nice guy, and you're right. I think that's why he's getting a little pass. He's had to follow who I think is been the best commissioner in the three major sports in America, David Stern. But I agree with you, Nick. He's got to get these two situations underhand. And Portland, you cannot. I mean, that's terrible because that is darn near a flagship franchise. You know, it's the closest thing to being that without being it. Mm-hmm. But they did win the championship back in '77 with Bill Walton, and they have always been well run and mostly a good franchise and good team. So even to threaten those people with that, and look, they're still trying to get a team back to Seattle. They know even though Oklahoma City's been great as an NBA city, they understand how losing Seattle was a big loss.
Kansas City lost the Kings 6 months after I was born. You lose a team, you might never get it back.
Yeah.
It's tough.
You'd hate to see Portland be without a team. So I agree, he's got to get this under wraps.
I'm putting John Harbaugh on the Bud list. He had not an introductory press conference, but on their opening day of training camp, he talked to the assembled team, got everybody fired up. Some cushions. Arm rests. Rest your arms. We're not resting in the building. Got a head rest. It wasn't training camp. It was the offseason program, part of the documentary that the Giants are putting together.
The Giants put that out?
The Giants put that out.
That's a bad job.
So you didn't like that?
I did not like it.
Love it?
No, I didn't love it either. That being said, there's a long history of first forays into the social media world with coaches not going well. Oh. Hey, turns out, horrible press conference. Won a bunch of games, won a Super Bowl. 9-8, 14-3. It was a horrible press conference.
Yeah. You actually might have been nice in that.
Yeah,
in those
that was
clips.
bad.
Dusty edited it.
Oh, yeah.
He came into my shared office. He was like, I don't want to. I'm like, no, Dusty, it's a positive Sirianni. Yeah. He's like, dude, do you want to put the paper, rock, scissors thing in there? I said, no.
I was hoping.
No, it's the introduction. And of course, more recently, Liam Cohen. Bad press conference, great season. 6th in points, 9th in big plays, 10th in red zone touchdown. Defense was great too. They went 13-4. So John Harbaugh, a horrible social media clip there. Didn't get anyone fired up, but maybe it has
we know he's a good coach. Let me say something about
this.
He's
a great coach that was recently fired by your favorite team.
Yeah.
But maybe we're in for a surprise.
At first, when I first saw that clip, I felt as you did. And I think as Nick did, like, what? But the more I thought about it, I said, you know what he's doing? Because he keeps saying New York Giants, the New York Giants, the New York. He is getting most of those players. In fact, I'd say all of those players. None of them were playing on the Giants or maybe even in the league the last time the Giants were like a good team, a significant team.
Yeah, definitely.
And so it's possible they think they just play for this terrible franchise.
problem is-
he is letting them know you are the Giants.
Yeah, that didn't matter.
We are a legitimate football franchise. We have one chance. We stopped the Patriots from having an 18-0 season.
But it didn't.
That's what
but
he's
that
saying.
was good, bro. But that's not.
Yeah, that's what he's trying to say. He
That's
just didn't
not what
deliver it
happened.
well. And the other problem is the Sirianni and the Cohen thing were at press conferences where it's going out live to the world. If you screw up, there's no taking it back. The Giants chose to release that. I'm not saying their social media director is a Joe Shane loyalist, but I'd check the emails.
Joe Shane is behind this.